Hi, I'm Gabriel and this is Learning English Path. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you some phrasal verbs with the verb stand. Phrasal verbs with the word stand. All right, you must know by now that phrasal verbs is a verb and a preposition paired together to create a new meaning. And all of these ones have the word stand in them. So let's get to it. The first one we have is stand up, right? So you might know already that stand up is the opposite of sit down, right? That's something you almost certainly know. But did you know that there are other meanings of stand up? The first one I have for you is to remain valid after scrutiny or analysis. So, for example, I don't think your argument is going to stand up in court. It means that your argument is good enough to go against any other argument. It is good enough to show that no matter what evidence another person has, what you're saying is going to stand up against it, right? Stand up. The next one is stand up to. That is to rebel against someone, all right? So for example, I want you to stand up to the bullies and then they might stop acting that way, right? Or you could say one country stands up against another country. If they say, we're not going to stand for this anymore, right? We're going to stand up against what you're doing. We're going to stand up to you. We're going to say no, right? It's to be brave. To stand up to someone else is to be brave and say, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you stop that or something, whatever it is, you're standing up to them. The next one is to stand by or to stand with someone. And this means to support them. So for example, I'll stand by you no matter what happens, or I'll stand with you no matter what happens. It's to be loyal, right? Loyalty. To stand by someone or stand with them. The next one is to stand out. This is to be clearly better or different from others. So for example, he really stood out with his bright shirt and the hat, right? To stand out is to show that you are different. You are maybe special, maybe better than others. So you could say, you stood out from the crowd. That means I'm going to pick you. I'm going to give you the job because you have stood out. And the next one is to stand in for. This is to temporarily replace someone. For example, I'm afraid Dr. Smith isn't here today, so I'm standing in for him. Right? So you stand in for someone on a temporary basis. Maybe the doctor is not there. Maybe the teacher isn't there. So you get someone to stand in for the normal teacher. So someone will teach the students while the normal teacher is away. They stand in for the normal teacher. The next one is to stand down. This is to resign from a position. For example, the CEO is standing down due to his terrible mistake. This means that the CEO made a mistake and now he or she is saying, I'm going to have to quit. I'm not the CEO anymore. I'm standing down. The next one is to stand between. So this is to get in the way. So if you imagine that there is a door that you want to go through, but someone is standing in front of the door, not letting you enter, then they're standing between you and the door. All right. So the example here is nobody is going to stand between us. We'll get married next month. Right. So it's that means nobody is going to stop us. Nobody is going to stand between us. Or you can also say, no one is going to stand between me and my dinner, right? I'm going to have dinner no matter what other people say, no matter what other people do. No one will stand between me and my dinner. And then the last one is to stand for something. This is to represent or to support something. So you could stand for human rights, or you could stand for higher salaries for people who do your job, or you could stand for freedom, right? Whatever it is. The presidential candidate stands for equality and freedom. It means that that's what he's saying that he is going to do. He's going to make sure people have equality and going to make sure people have freedom. He stands for those principles. What do you stand for? If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you click that bell so that you know when I publish a new free lesson here on YouTube. And if you want to learn English with songs, then don't forget to click the link in the description to get my free PDF guide to 101 songs to learn English. I have hundreds of exercises for you to study English, English grammar, English vocabulary, English idioms, practice your English listening, and even your speaking while listening to the very best songs to study English with. All right. And when you get it, then you also get my weekly email with 5 words of the week, where I teach you another 5 words every single week so that you continue to take your English language learning to that next level. All right, my friend, I'm Gabriel Wallace. Keep learning and keep going.